The COVID-19 pandemic has accelerated a trend toward more online high school and college courses. But where do agricultural educators learn how to devise and teach such courses? Dr. John Ricketts discussed what Tennessee State University is doing in that area during a presentation to a Zoom meeting of the Memphis Agricultural Club in Memphis, Tennessee.
A little bit about the research that led us here. In academia, it's all about external funding. And I just wanted to show you some that have sort of led us to this point. Sort of the first project, it was led by Jean Bertrand. Some of you may know that name. She was an associate dean at Georgia, and she's been in leadership at Clemson. But she led an opportunity, and I was a part of that, to just basically help faculty get good at teaching online. And from there, and when I came to TSU, I tried to do a lot of that, and it didn't really take. Nobody really bit until pandemic hit, right? And so pandemic hits, we all have to teach online. And so now the motivation levels are high, and we've got a lot of professional development going on in that regard. Some of you may remember Dr. Surinder Singh, professor who's retired from TSU. But as I was coming to TSU 11 years ago, he and I partnered on a grant to sort of build the graduate ag and extension program at TSU. And so what we did there was sort of get a lot of infrastructure in terms of technology to be able to do some of the things that we did. Dr. John Hall, who's now at Farm Credit Florida, some of you may have met him. He was involved in leadership committees and opportunities in Tennessee. He got a grant to basically have distance education, the old school method of distance education. Some of you may have heard about the rolling extension service once upon a time. That's what we have. We have a mobile agricultural education rig. Tornado has grounded it temporarily, but it'll be back online soon. But we do have a website. If you type in Rolling Palace, Palace, that was his doings, not mine, you'll find quite a bit of curriculum. And so now any projects that we have, when I do a project with food safety, or when I do a project with biotech, or when I do a project with the microbiology faculty, if we develop an outreach piece, we drop it into this website. So this original mobile ag ed piece, we built the curriculum for all levels of youth, and we add any curriculum pieces with other projects to this website. So in 2019, got a project to start, again, advanced capacity in online learning, virtual reality, and 360 video. Now, a lot of the work in VR hasn't really taken off yet. The 360 video is starting to get some headway. Everybody, including business and industries, starting to get into that a little bit. And the idea there was, we've got students at TSU who don't really come from a farm, hadn't really stepped on many farms, but they're going and they're getting these great jobs without the background, the context that they need. And so what we're trying to do is capture experiences, ag experiences with this 360 format. And you don't have to have the goggles, but if you do have the goggles, you put on these virtual reality looking headsets and your phone slides into it. They can get pretty fancy in terms of feeling like you are on the tractor, or like you are in the processing plant, or the dairy parlor, or whatever it may be. So that's an exciting piece that we're hoping will feed a lot of these other projects that you'll hear about today.